So, in a world where people value attention over skill set and, genuine value, people are just, they're gonna do these stupid things because it doesn't matter that you're a good person or you go out with dignity. It's just that you get attention and you make money by getting these attention. This attention. And our society, we don't value being a good person or just creating value. We value money and attention because attention equals money and money equals attention. So when you kind of live in a world where people value utter stupidity instead of genuinely good things, don't expect rich people to not invest millions of dollars into these abstract artists who aren't particularly good or amazing. My theory of how these abstract artists even become famous is that they meet a rich guy and then they tell him, "Oh, I'll give you free art or something." Something that these artists, they essentially like sell their soul to be able to make this horrible art for free in the beginning. Then as they build a name up, these rich people need to get artists to launder their money, right? So that there's a good reason why these terrible artists even become famous is because these rich people are getting something out of it. And it's kind of sad. I know it's sad that this is like the world we live in. But I know that modern art is just terrible. Like a couple years, I went to MoMA, right? It was just, you want me to be honest, the art there was just terrible. It was just awful. Not all of it. Some of it was god awful, but some of it was good. And people are just, they're more into stuff that feeds them emotion. Right, like people never biologically most of the time. I mean, some people do obviously. Like there's like, I need somewhere to live. I need to buy a house. But even then, those people who buy that house, they make illogical decisions. Like it's either, oh, I could buy a house that's $200,000 cheaper without a party deck that will fit my budget of $1 million, or I'll buy this stupid house with a party deck that is gonna put me $300,000 in debt because I don't have this money for this stupid party deck. And a lot of people will go for the dumb house with the dumb party deck because at the end of the day, people, they don't make logical decisions of what things mean or how it's gonna affect their life. People they just do these stupid things, and they don't expect any feedback, as in they don't think that their decisions are gonna make their life more difficult. But I'm guilty of this. I'm guilty of using my emotions more than logic, because my business has made no revenue for like a couple years, but that's how most businesses are. They don't make much revenue in the beginning. But I really want this business to work out, and I'm working for it. I'm making these stupid videos, hoping that they'll get attention and drive traffic to my business. If you want to support my business, globalnewyork.com. A lot of these designs I'll be making in these videos, I'll make them for sale. But people use a lot of emotion and not a lot of logic, and everyone's guilty of it. Even the most logical person, the most analytical person is still gonna be illogical and do stupid things because they have a feeling towards it. It's everyone, man. Everyone is like this. But specifically, people are super emotional. And when they see this crappy modern art, they're never going to admit, wow, this sucks. Wow, this is garbage. Because it's easier for them just to deny it. It's easier for people to just not think about these stupid things that society does. Because denial and rejection is easier than acceptance. Because if you have to accept something, that means you have to see it for what it really is. If you see reality, you have to genuinely look at the situation. But I think that modern art is just terrible for the most part. None of it is really has any artistic value or creativity, or really brings anything different to the table. I think that it's just a reflection of rich people money laundering. And I don't really care too much for preserving the modern art integrity or whatever the hell it's supposed to do nowadays. But I think as time goes on, the industry will probably change, because I think it's less of who you know now. It's more of what are you gonna do. But basically, the moral what I'm telling you is that modern art is just a reflection of where money goes and what results out of it. It's just a result of our society. Like, if you don't know the answer to anything, if you don't know why something happened or what the hell it is supposed to mean, it's probably money. People are so shallow. This is really awesome. People are really shallow. They're not going to look at things logically. They're not going to, like, if art was really about who's good at art, the majority of these artists would never succeed. They really wouldn't succeed. Let's be honest here. This has inspired me to never do psychedelic drugs, honestly. But I think that modern art is just a reflection of rich people investing their money into something that has a payback, essentially. It's more cost efficient to invest in these artists that you know, that you met personally, and their artwork. It's just about networking connections. Modern art is not about art. It's about Joe Schmo knows Jonathan, and then you get what I'm saying. It's not about good art, because if art was about good art, majority of artists would not be famous. Because like I don't think that most of these famous artists are even all that great. Like, is Jake Paul really such a good YouTuber? Is Jake Paul really such an awesome person? I don't know. I don't think so. I think Jake Paul is mediocrity. But at the end of the day, he knows how to get attention, and attention is what people value nowadays. It's about attention. It's all about attention. But that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get attention with this video. And I can't be such a hypocrite. Because at the end of the day, to make money, you need attention. And without attention, you're never going to make money. So, modern art is about money. And that's why I think that's why people hate modern art. I mean, that's why I hate modern art, because I know it's not about good art. It's about money. The rich man money laundering. Most rich people were born into the wall. It's generational. I think it's unfortunate that it's how reality works, but I'm pretty fortunate to be born. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I think I'm gonna keep it. But that's unfortunate that That's how our reality is. I think that if you want to be successful, like certain rich people, you have to work a lot harder if you're poor. Like if you're poor, you have to work 50 times as hard as me. And I have to work 50 times as hard as the person that's 50% richer than me. It's about like, it's very rare that someone ends up becoming rich when they were born into poverty. It's just a fact, I think. I think it's a fact. I mean, I don't know if it's a fact. I think that it is because I rarely met anyone who was born poor who ever became very much of anything. Unless they were willing to work so hard. Like if you're born with ADHD, right? You have to work harder than anyone else to put your attention towards something. And if you're depressed, you have to work harder than anyone to be happy. I mean, I think that's a given with anything. You have to work harder to be something that you're not. I think at the end of the day, you can hate modern art, we can all dislike it, but the more that we talk about it, the more that I talk about modern art, the more attention I give it, the more attention we give it, the more attention we give to anything in general. I know this is very controversial, but Morgan Freeman, he was talking about racism, and he said, then stop talking about it. Maybe it wouldn't be so popular. Maybe he had a point as in, if you don't want to give something attention or make it more popular or give it and make it seem that it's it's bigger than it is or an issue. I'm not saying he's correct. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't have a personal opinion. But I think that when he said that don't give it attention or don't even acknowledge it, I think is a really awesome point. That he realizes that the more attention that people give something, the more power it has. Like if your ex-girlfriend is just talking crap about you or saying really bad stuff about you, are you gonna constantly give her attention? Are you gonna think about her? Or are you gonna think about it or whatever that's creating the problem? I personally wouldn't, because you're just throwing fire into the wood that with gasoline on it. So people hate modern art because people talk about it. It has attention, and it doesn't really make sense, or it's not even good. But people who are rich, they promote this crap because a lot of art nowadays is not about art or good art. It's really about what is this art gonna do for you. Like if I had 1 million views on this video, even if someone hated my art, what are they really gonna say about me? You suck or whatever, man. Same thing with modern art. The most you can say about it is it sucks and it's ugly, but at the end of the day, it has attention. It has so much attention that you couldn't even imagine how much attention it has. I think if we don't like something, if we don't like a person or a society, like they're just not a good person, or cancel culture, the best way to get rid of them is not by canceling them. I think is by completely devoiding them of any attention whatsoever. Because they're looking for attention. It's like putting gasoline on the fire. If we don't like modern art, we can just stop talking about modern art. But it's ironic because I'm talking about modern art right now. Like, people hate it so much. I dislike it, but yet I am giving it attention. I am giving it value. Attention is value. Companies pay for attention. What do you think advertisements are for? Advertisements are for attention, to get so they know so people know their product. Do you think Balenciaga's clothes are that great? I personally don't like them, a lot of the clothes, but I like Balenciaga's marketing. I think Balenciaga has the best I think some of the best marketing in the world. Yet I don't like Balenciaga, their clothing, but I like their marketing. And what does that mean? That means they're really good at getting attention. Like the whole dirt thing is about attention. Everything nowadays is about attention. So, I figure if you don't like something, devoid it of attention. If you don't like someone, devoid them of attention. They'll definitely get the message. Because any attention is attention for people. They don't care if you don't like them or they're annoying you. If they get attention, what does it matter? Does it matter what kind of attention they get? No. Same thing with modern art. Modern art does not care about what attention you give modern art. Modern art only cares that you give it attention. And by me talking about it, I'm giving it plenty of attention. I'm not saying I don't like Balenciaga. I like Balenciaga, but I wouldn't wear their clothes. But what I do like about Balenciaga is I think they have amazing marketing. I think that that Balenciaga has genius marketing. Some of the best marketing I've ever seen in my life. So, the more you get angry at me, like people say, oh, I get hate comments. Dude, why do you care, man? That's giving you free attention. In fact, if you don't like me, say whatever you want to comment. I don't care what you say. It is attention that I didn't have to pay for. I mean, that's just giving me, like, my point is proven. If you don't like something or someone, just ignore them. It proves a point that they're so worthless that you don't even care enough to even acknowledge their existence. Let's see. Alright. That's the finished piece. I appreciate you giving me attention, okay? Bye bye.